The last batsman, Amir Hamza and Chibaba. Missing that outside edge. Don't blame Mirwais Ashraf for this. You got to get somewhere with your batting. You got to do something. He's trying to get that maximum going. Completely missed that one.
Yeah, jubilation for the Zimbabwean captain. Confidently driven. Just for the one. Too short of the 150 mark now, Afghanistan. 148 for 9. And that's the Zimbabwean coach, Dav Watmore. Looked a different man the last couple of one-day internationals.
He should be sitting in the front seat. Side is doing so well. Lots of things to be noted in that when they have the team meeting before the final match. One thought is this ground has been Afghanistan's home, which suit them more.
Yeah, I think what's been disappointing from both sides really is the batting. I think we've had some pretty good surfaces prepared for the players to play on the last 4 one-day internationals. Batsmen in both lineups just haven't been able to come to the party. Hamilton Masakadza has done a decent job for Zimbabwe. Mohammad Shahzad for Afghanistan. As he picks that up beautifully over square leg. There's a man back on the boundary. Peter Moore collects, gets it back in. 42 gone, 149 for 9.
Afghanistan 149 for 9. It's all over. Bad is shouting for them. Well, they got to get 78 runs of 48 balls. That's not going to be easy. Kramer will continue. That run. Oh, that went through him. Missed everything. And missed by the keeper as well. And he just cannot stop the boundary. Great delivery. Unlucky not to get a wicket. Bias signalled. Deceives the batsman. Goes through that inside edge. Always a difficult collection for the keeper if it misses that inside edge. But nevertheless, didn't pick it up. Fantastic delivery though by Kramer. He works on that. That one that sort of goes straight through. The ball's lost. It's gone into the billboards, and but a fantastic delivery from Kramer, the straighter one. Well, let's see how the ball disappears. He tried to stop it, and it just goes into one of those boundary runners. It's 150 up for Afghanistan, but it's a long way off from getting home for them. Comes down the wicket and hits it straight.
Well fielded at long off. They're coming back for the second. Hamza's running to the danger end. He doesn't crease his bat, Hamza. But he goes back and gets two.
Change of bat and calls for the long handle. Doesn't get in the middle. Good piece of work at the boundary. Bounced down the track, but Creamer very cleverly dropping it slightly shorter.
Comes down the wicket again. This time doesn't really connect. Doesn't want to expose Hamza, so Zadran remains on strike.
Just been the pressure of chasing. The wicket hasn't turned that much and hasn't changed all throughout these 100 overs. Been a good batting wicket, but scoreboard pressure getting to the Afghans.
Coming down the wicket, just checking his shot. Intention was to go for a big one. Creamer quite correctly just dropping it. But he's gone for a few runs, Creamer. He's already gone for 7 now in 5 balls. Went for a few in the last over. But still at asking rate. Well about 9 runs. He's almost touching 10. 9.91. Well, with wickets in hand, Afghanistan could have had a go at it. At the end of the over, it's 156 for 9. Few starts there, but nothing big. Shehzad was the key. He made 45. Hashmatullah took a lot of time over his 31. And in the end, the return has been rather poor for Afghanistan. 156 for 9. The bowling has been good for Zimbabwe. Chibaba has been the pick, 4 for 25 in his 10 overs. He was really the surprise packet. Madziba 2. And 2 wickets to Creamer as well. And Jongwei chipping in with a wicket. Madziva is back. The man who provided those early breakthroughs for Zimbabwe. Plenty of planning ahead for them.
Takes a single, Daulat, against the spinner who was very eager to hit the big shot, but not too eager against Madziva.
So back to the drawing board for Afghanistan, but Dev Watmore still looks grumpy. Zimbabwe winning. Haven't seen him smiling at all, Basit. Must be very difficult to get a smile out of him. He's a taskmaster, I think. Difficult to satisfy him.
Had a tough time coaching Pakistan, maybe that's why he's still grumpy.
So, it's never easy coaching Pakistan when guys like you play. Finally managed to get a smile out of him.
Just for you, Roshan.
Hiding himself as well. Devi. Chip through mid-on. Couple of runs here. This is Hamza, the number 11. Quite a useful shot, just getting inside the line and chipping it into that gap wide of mid-on.
You can see with that shot that it's a good wicket to batter on, and just disappointing the way the Afghans did get out. Just 227 on this pitch was a middling score. It wasn't a huge ask, but again, shot selection, chasing, scoreboard pressure. This makes you do strange things.
Two balls to go in the over. See what it is. Almost around Chibaba's pace. But with Chibaba bowling, the wicketkeeper tends to stand up. With Manziva on, he's standing back. Very little difference in terms of pace. Chibaba to me looked quite nippy. Very deceptive off the pitch he was. Surprised the batsman with some pace. Off the pitch, that is. And on the boundary, being pushed back to extra cover. Extra cover boundary, that is. Plays and misses outside the off stump. 159 for 9. Zimbabwe were 196 for 6. It was this stage that they were really losing ground. They looked good for something bigger, and in the end just made 226. Afghanistan, no better. 159 for 9. Luke Jongwei is back. 6 overs to go. The requirement now is 68 runs, 11.33.
Just that solitary wicket away from leveling the series and sets it up nicely. 2 all. It's just been a really fascinating series. You never know what to expect. Low scores and that one fantastic chase from Afghanistan, and then at one stage in the third ODI, Zimbabwe looked totally out of it. 49 for 7. Recovered to 175 and a big victory. And today, again, we thought they might have been 20-30 runs short, but their bowling combined with some, could say, poor batting from Afghans. And it's 2 all. Last game. Don't know what to expect in that.
Well, the momentum certainly seemed to be swinging in Zimbabwe's direction, because they seem to be doing well, particularly in those last 2 games. Just coming back from a no-win situation in their third game. And even here, they wouldn't have felt safe scoring 226, Basit. As you said, it's a good pitch. You were saying this was possibly the best pitch that you've seen. So with some commitment, it was not out of the reach of the Afghan batsmen. It's just that they still seem to be struggling to handle pressure. Is that a wide? Did he touch? It is. I thought for a moment he touched something, but it is a wide. So you reckon it's a problem with teams like Afghanistan because they lack experience and they struggle when there is some kind of scoreboard pressure?
Yeah, that scoreboard pressure, and the batting not being tested a lot in international cricket. And similarly, once you bat second and actually start chasing runs once, twice, thrice, then you get to know how to actually go about it. You need to have a couple of wickets, 3-4 victories chasing before you have that experience of how about to build an innings in that all-important second time around.
2 balls to go in the over, and then 5 after that. Oh, that ball just bounced a little bit to Hamza, who handled it well in the end. Just stopped a bit, I thought. He was committed, and the ball was still coming. Had to wait for it. Ball of the over. This time, easy. That's a soft dismissal, and that is the end of the game. Jongwe breaks through, and Zimbabwe registers a victory by 65 runs, bowling Afghanistan out for 161, and that's a happy dressing room. And so are they, a few Zimbabwean supporters. And as Basit said, it's beautifully set up with the 5th game to be played on the 6th.
That was the moment. Simple catch to mid-off, and that's that. Zimbabwe have turned it around. Losing the first 2 ODIs, have come back, and now it's 2-all. A convincing victory this time. Batted well, set up a good, decent total, and then right from the first over, looked on top. Amir Hazma out for 3. And Afghanistan's innings ends at 161. Satisfied Zimbabwean players walking back. It's been a good performance in the field. Bowled well, fielded well. And so Afghans have to now think again. They wanted a better batting wicket, the Afghans, before this game. They got that, but their batting performance did not improve a lot. So come a couple of days' time, it'll be an absolute cracker. Everything to play for.
Great performance by Zimbabwe, coming back very, very strongly indeed. Winning this game by 65 runs. Bowling Afghanistan out for 161. Well, 45 from Shehzad, the top score, and just 31 to show. Hashmatullah, that is. And the rest of the batting, Mirwais made 18 and Davlat down the order 16, but nobody really going on and making that big score, which Afghanistan badly needed to get to that 226.
Matsiva started it all off, got a wicket in his very first over, got 2 wickets, Jongwe 2, Kramer 2, but the surprise package, Shibaba 4 for 25.
That's how the game panned out. Zimbabwe made 226 with Shibaba and Moore making half centuries at the top, and good bowling, consistent bowling by the Afghan bowlers. And in reply, Afghanistan bowled out for 161 in exactly 45 overs. Shibaba, the main wrecker, with 4 for 25. Good support from Jongwe, Madziva and Kramer. So that's the story of the 4th international between Zimbabwe and Afghanistan. It's time for a break. We'll come back with the post-match presentation. Stay with us.
R3, 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 R3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. R4, 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 R4. Right. Arsu, first check 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, test 1. Happy.
What's the score, please? Do you know the victory margin?
Okay. The weather is good. Weather. All right, here we are. Who would have believed Zimbabwe would pull it off? 2015, 29 December, they were 2 games down and they've come back so strong. They've leveled the series with a 4th one-day international and a victory for them by 65 runs. They've completely outplayed the opposition yet once again. All right, so here we are now. We're talking about Zimbabwe's performance, the major comeback. It's a team effort, actually, if you ask me, because we've seen everyone do their bit. The bowlers have done their bit, they bowled to the target, the batsmen have got their scores going, and the result is right in front of us. They've snatched that position back once again from Zimbabwe, from Afghanistan rather. They're back to number 10, and that's where they believe they belong for now, because that is their position now. Tino is here with me. You're pretty happy and pretty satisfied with the performance, and also to see Zimbabwe in that list.
Well, it's important for the Zimbabwean team to get up there. They lost their place to Afghanistan in the last couple of games. Zimbabwe is a test-playing nation. Afghanistan is an associate nation. So it was a bit of a dent to their ego. But I think the last couple of games they've come out here, they've been positive. The batters didn't do as well as they would have liked in the 3rd one-day international. They came out here today, a better total. Probably feel they were still 40, 50 runs short. But like you said, everybody did their bit today. The batters came out there, they put some runs on the board. The bowlers came out there, they did their little bit, and the fielders supported. And they've come out here with a good victory, 2-all.
And it's amazing how they played as a unit, because they were struggling with the bat. One or two guys come in, form a partnership, and then the bowlers, I mean, they reciprocate. They have defended low totals. They've bowled well when they've scored above 200 as well, and they've got wickets at regular intervals.
They have indeed. It was a good day again for the bowlers. Neville Madziwa did a fantastic job. This was him a little bit earlier today. Inside edge, getting Noor Ali again. He got him in the first over in the last game, and he was the one to get the second wicket again. The captain is struggling for runs, and he came out there, got the second wicket for Zimbabwe. An early breakthrough, exactly what the Zimbabweans needed, and they already had Afghanistan on the back foot.
Yeah, they got wickets and got them at regular intervals. They kept the pressure on the opposition. They never allowed them to take control.
No, they didn't allow them to take control, and that's exactly what we were talking about earlier in the commentary box. They came out there, they kept the pressure on. The little periods that they weren't taking wickets, they ensured that they got the ball in the right area, didn't let them get away. And the prized wicket of the former captain, he looked like he was positive today. He came out there, he had a plan, didn't get very many runs, but he looked like if he had batted for a while, he was going to take the game away.
Now, when you look at this performance and with the bat, when you speak of Afghanistan, you just are forced to believe that Zimbabwe now look like favourites in the final.
Well, you can take them as the favourites. Like we said, 2-0 down. They've come back very strongly. This man today was important for Zimbabwe. Chamunoro Chibaba, 4 wickets. He got a good half century. A man who's been out of form. Lots of confidence you can see from him, and they'll be looking for a good performance from him in the final game as well.
They've played so well today. You just don't feel like pointing out any weak links in this victory. But then they did try to shuffle a bit in their batting order, and that's something probably they wouldn't want to do in the final.
No, I don't think so. I think Malcolm Waller was an experiment. It didn't work for today. I think when we go back to the final game, which is in 2 days' time, they're going to go back to their normal position. This was Graham Creamer, somebody who's been important for Zimbabwe again. 3 wickets he got today, and another fantastic job from him. Got the ball, tossed it up, got the ball to spin, and got some important wickets for them in the middle to lower order.
That's right, Creamer is one of the senior members, and he got wickets. Also with the bat, he was so good. And you were talking about Chibaba a while ago. I mean, how well has he bowled? I mean, he was on target through his overs.
Well, Chamu Chibaba played in the first game of the series, didn't do well. He wasn't back in the team for the second game. Got an opportunity in the third game, didn't do well. And he's come out here today. He's looked like somebody who's been on top of his game for the last series. So it's good to see that Zimbabwean people coming in, getting bits and pieces of performances before they get big game. And hopefully they can put it all together for the final.
All right, so it's 2-2 now. Time for the post-match presentation. But just before we go to that, let me just ask you, when you look at this victory and when you say that they've performed as a unit, it's just that you feel like that now they should go all the way. I mean, nothing should stop them.
Nothing should stop them. I think if you look at them themselves, they've got a bit of a buzz about them. They're playing cricket that they know they can play, and it looks like they're full of confidence. So I'm pretty sure tomorrow might be a bit of a laid-back day. They've had 2 good performances. Come back here in 2 days' time and make sure they try and finish off the series.
All right, the captains are ready, and so is Vivek. Let's join them.
Good evening. Welcome to this presentation here. Well, this ODI series is going to the wire. After 4 games completed, the scoreline reads 2-2. Back-to-back wins here for Zimbabwe, and they're back in the hunt. Well, first, we would like to thank the Sharjah Cricket Club, the management, the sponsors, the local administration, and all other security departments who have extended their support in putting together this spectacular event. Now to the presentation party, Mr. Kenyon Zeal, the convener of selectors of Zimbabwe Cricket, Mr. Dheeraj, the sales manager of Alokozai Group of Companies, Mr. Shafiq Sanakzai, the CEO of Afghanistan Cricket Board, Mr. Ghiyasuddin, representative of General Petroleum, and Mr. Haji Azizullah Fazli, the Vice Chairman of the Afghanistan Cricket Board. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Mr. Ghiyasuddin will present the Petrogen Maximum Boundaries Award of $500, and this award goes to Peter Moore of Zimbabwe. A wonderful innings played by Peter Moore for Zimbabwe. Award of $500. Next, it's Mr. Dheeraj to present the Alokozai Man of the Match Award, a cash award of $2,000. And no guessing there, it goes to Chamu Chibaba of Zimbabwe. Batted well and then did the trick, did the job for his team with the ball. An all-round performance by Chamu Chibaba. If we can have a word with you, please. Wonderful knock you played right at top.
Thank you. I was under a lot of pressure leading up to this game because, I mean, the last 2 games I'd only faced 3 balls and I was happy to spend some time at the crease.
Yeah, that's the plan probably in the first 10 overs because you were very much, about keeping wickets intact.
Yeah, it was very important because we've been losing a lot of wickets like in clusters. So it was important that I spend some time at the crease and, just build up some momentum for the team.
Little upset when you got out because that was when your team needed you to accelerate the innings.
It's always very important when you get a start to bet through and give a team a solid score, but it wasn't meant to be today, but I was really happy with the way I went about my business.
And with your bowling, the wicket of Mohammad Shahzad, that was a special one.
Very easy, a really good player, and he's been batting well this series, and I was very happy to, get a big wicket.
Very deceptive as a bowler. You get that extra bit of bounce. You're a skiddy customer. So extra effort you put in every time.
Look, these wickets are pretty flat, so it's always important to hit the deck hard because you don't get a lot out of it. So today, I hit some really good areas, and I was happy.
Yeah, pretty happy with your overall performance as an all-rounder, putting runs on the board, picking up wickets. What more can you do for the team?
Look, at the end of the day, it's, as a player, you always want to contribute. And today I feel we fought as a team, coming 2 up down. So I was really happy.
Well done. And we enjoyed your performance. Carry on with this good work.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the match, Chamu Chibaba of Zimbabwe. And now we'd like to call the captain of Afghanistan, Asghar Stanikzai. I know you're disappointed, Asghar. Your bowlers did a terrific job today.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yeah, the bowler job did well, and also once again the batting very poor batting, and that's why the total is not big on this wicket because very good for batting, but unfortunately our batting was again flop.
Bit of a shuffling as far as your batting order was concerned today?
No, batting order is good, not bad, but once again there some poor shots and not take responsibility. That's why the batsmen take very quickly wickets, and that's why difficult for us.
Yeah, that's where probably somewhere like a Mohammad Nabi, you yourself need to put in those runs because Mohammad Shahzad is batting brilliantly on the top of the order. It's the middle order that's a bit of a problem at the moment.
Yeah, of course. Nabi and myself is very important for the batting because we are a man key in the team. That's why we are not play well. They're very difficult for a team.
Your spinners are doing a wonderful job, aren't they?
Yeah, that's very good for us. Our spinner bowled very well, especially on the last hour. Dawlat bowled very well. Now, inshallah, we try our best in next matches, inshallah.
2-2 now. Looking forward to the game on the 6th.
Yeah, inshallah, day after tomorrow we have a final. Inshallah, we try our best. We play good cricket.
Tough luck today. Better luck next time.
Thank you very much.
Asghar Stanikzai, the captain of Afghanistan. And now it's time to call the captain of Zimbabwe, Elton Chigambura. What more can you ask for as a captain? Back-to-back wins here.
Yeah, obviously the guys have showed good character, from being 2-0 to leveling the series now. So I think credit goes to the openers. The way they have started, not losing any wickets first 15 overs, and also the most important thing with the ball as well, the way Chamu bowled, and also the bowlers.
I'm sure you'll be a little disappointed with what the total you got on the board because at one point in time you thought about 270, very much on the card.
Yeah, obviously, I think I thought the way we finished our innings wasn't that good because we kept losing wickets toward the end. So obviously we had a good start. We're supposed to score at least 260 minimum, but I think it's something that we have to work on in our last ODI and make sure that we polish up. And obviously in any game there's areas that you have to improve. And obviously every individual that will be playing will try and polish up where they went wrong today, and hopefully have a good one also day after tomorrow.
Yeah, just about gaining that momentum at the appropriate time, aren't you?
Yeah, obviously. I think it's been good. We've started the new year on a positive, so we just have to make sure that we finish this series on a high.
Well done. Keep up with this pace and this good work, and we look forward to another good performance from your team on the 6th.
Thank you.
Elton Chigamura, the captain of Zimbabwe. Well, that's all we have from the presentation for the moment.
That's a very happy captain, and why shouldn't he be? Because they fought hard and they've come back to level the series. 2 games apiece. All they need to do is now they're so close, just cross that line and get that final effort day after tomorrow. And when we speak of that, how important would be the toss? If you get to chase a target, can you absorb the pressure?
Well, we don't know how important the toss has been so far because Zimbabwe's batted first in every single game. But what I can tell you is that it's going to be very interesting if Afghanistan do win the toss and they bat first. I think they're going to come out there, they're going to be attacking, they've got nothing to lose on the last day. They want to make sure that they'll have a good total on the board and see if the Zimbabweans can bat under pressure in the evening.
Well, there was a very short-lived time for Afghanistan to be in the top 10. They've been removed, and Zimbabwe, as we saw, have come up. Now, Afghanistan, when we speak of them, they've got lots and lots of work to do. They've been asked questions about too many changes coming in. Their batting is struggling, and when your captain is also struggling with the bat, it's tough to motivate the guys.
It is tough to motivate the guys. I think you saw him at the toss just now. He looks rather dejected. We saw some flashes of him a little bit earlier when the team was chasing. He's not a man who's on top of his game. It's very difficult for you to be able to stand up in front of your peers and to push them along when things aren't going so well for you. So I'm pretty sure he's got a couple of days to think about a few things. This is him today. He just hasn't quite been himself. He got a full toss, hit it straight to the man at mid-wicket, and that's a man who's out of form and a man who needs to pick himself up before the final game in a couple of days.
He's lost his wicket, and we know it that he's played it straight to the fielders. Now it's just about he promoted himself into the order. That's positive. He's not afraid to go there at number 3. But then it's just not helping him. And then the guys who will be pushed down, probably they also feel, what have they done wrong?
Indeed. I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. Sometimes when you push yourself up there, you want to be positive, you're trying to get yourself cheated up and you want something to work for you so you can show the guys you want to lead. It hasn't quite worked for him. There's 1 game to go in the series and it's going to be very important that he picks himself up and he leads the guys well in a couple of days' time.
Now when everything starts going right for you, results come in your favour, and we saw the best opening partnership from Zimbabwe today, and that was between of course Moore and Chababa, and what a wonderful knock they played. It was Moore who actually went on with those big hits and set the tone.
It was good to see. They took their time, and Peter Moore, like we've seen already in the series, he loves to hit the spinners. Even if there's men back, he backs himself. He's a strong lad, and he cleared the boundary a couple of times today, picked his areas where the fielders weren't, and even if they were, he made sure the ball sailed over the boundary. Very good knock from him and a good start for the Zimbabweans.
Exactly, and we speak of a start, then it's very important if you just want to look at a few things before Zimbabwe gets into the final match. When we keep talking about the change in batting order, they've been unable to get the desired score. I'm sure they were looking at more than 227. They really slowed down over number 30 and 40.
Yeah, it's been tricky for Zimbabwe. If you go back to a couple of days ago in the 3rd one-day international, they got the beginning of the innings wrong and they tried to fix it at the end, and they did a good job with Hamilton Masakadza and Graham Creamer. That 100 partnership was fantastic, set up a good victory. Today they've come out, they've got the top of the order right, going towards the end of the order with wickets in hand. They failed to get a decent total, but failed to get the total that they wanted to get with wickets in hand. So it's a little bit of 1 and 2 for them. That's something that they need to sit down and talk about, I think, tomorrow, and hopefully they can come out here and get that right, whether they're batting first or they're batting second.
Exactly, and we talk about that. You need a finisher because they lost their 7 wickets for just 56 runs. Now coming to Afghanistan, we know it from the start of the series that their openers have been performing well, especially Mohammad Shahzad, and one just feels that all the batsmen, yes, of course I want to bat around him, but are they too dependent and over-reliant on a big knock from Shahzad?
What it looks like they've been. I mean, the game that they chased 250, he scored 130 of them. And if you look at the rest of the guys in the series, nobody really has gone and done anything. Average of 24 for Nur Ali at the top, 70 for him, and then there's no other anything above 20 there. 24 right at the bottom from Daulat Zadran, and that's really not a scorecard for batsmen in a series. So it's going to be important that they try and fix that by the time they come in a couple of days' time. If they get that opportunity to bat first, go out there, be positive, build partnerships at the beginning, and try and get a decent total on the board.
Yeah, we just saw 212 runs by Shahzad in this series up till now. That's an added pressure on him because he also understands how much everyone's relying on him.
He does, but what I like today is he went out there. He's a guy who likes to strike the ball, and we all know that. He went out there today. He was positive, but at the same time, he was very sensible in the manner in which he played. So it's going to be interesting to see when he comes out here in a couple of days' time what approach he's going to take. We've seen him be a little bit reckless throughout the series, but I'll be honest with you, today he came out there, he was positive, he played sensible cricket, and unfortunately that LBW is something that happens in cricket. But like you said, he cannot carry the batting order on his own. He needs the guys around him to bat and support him.
Yeah, some good shots there from Mohammad Shahzad. Now, if we come back to Zimbabwe quickly now, their turnaround, it all started when Neville actually got those 2 wickets in his very first over in the third one-day international. Matsiva, of course, and then Zhongwei finishing the job up. And that has again set the tone. The self-belief has come in, and when the wickets are falling up front, then you automatically try to gain some momentum and encouragement.
Well, it's a lot easier for the bowlers who are coming in after the opening bowlers if they've got a couple of wickets. A couple of times they have got a couple of wickets. It hasn't been the big wicket they want of Mohammad Shahzad, but what that does to him is that they put pressure on them, on the other batsman that he's batting with, and then he's able to take his time and not push himself. So it's going to be interesting to see how we go in the next couple of days. I'm actually hoping to have a good game of cricket and that Zimbabwe actually come out and bat second, have a look at Afghanistan batting first and see how the game goes.
No, it's always seen that when a team starts so well, sometimes complacency sets in. Now, these guys have picked up in this series later on. Zimbabwe, I'm talking about. Now, do they have it in them to absorb the pressure of a final and take it all the way, just cross that line?
I'm pretty sure they do. What's interesting is that Zimbabwe actually usually in a series of 5 games play their best cricket at the beginning and then taper off towards the end. So this has been something that's not Zimbabwean way of playing cricket, but it looks like they've got themselves together, they've got their numbers together, and hopefully if they come out here and get their numbers right in the final, they can win it.
Now, not very long ago, it was a similar situation between the same sides when it was 2-2 and Afghanistan went on to take the final. So that would be playing in the back of their mind, and I'm sure they don't want to repeat those mistakes.
No, they don't want to repeat those mistakes. But like I said, it looks like they've got themselves together. They've been buzzy, they've been G, and I think when they come out here on Friday, it's going to be a good game. Hopefully they can win it.
I hope so. Thank you so much, Tino. Now, we come to the final match, which is, of course, not very far from here. It's just a day away, and it's going to be on the 6th of January when these two sides are going to come here and meet at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. And believe me, it's going to be amazing because it's going to be a final. Both of them are going to really work hard tomorrow and fix the wrongs and get their best side out. And of course, this is the match I'm talking about, Afghanistan versus Zimbabwe. You can't ask for a better series. 2-2, and 6th of January, you got to be here in big numbers or be in front of your television. Okay, so here we are. It was another good game for Zimbabwe, and now it's anyone's final. So day after tomorrow when we come back, we hope you guys are going to be with us. Till then, you take care of yourself and stay safe.